looks like the coach from Rochester's missing tonight. I don't see.
Yeah, it does. Coach Komnick does not look like he is on the bench.
And their assistant coach, the sophomore coach, is eating a bag of chips while he's coaching the basketball game.
The opening tip is controlled by Rochester. They're moving to our left, and just that quickly a turnover as the Railers will head this way. The Railers going with the starting five they've been using. Nice pass inside from Gavin to Bowlby. Finds an opening, lays it up and in.
Yeah, we found Bowlby on the baseline for about the last 4 games, and he's had big contributions out of the passing for the former Railers.
Gavin, spin, layup, good.
Yeah, great start by the Railers. Two turnovers and 2 layups. 4-0 Railers. 3 turnovers now as Podbelsic gets a steal.
Pod tracks it down, gets it to Gavin. Max, 3 on the way, up and good.
That's generally good. As a timeout, looks like Rochester wants a timeout as the Railers on fire early. 3 turnovers, 7 points for the Railers, and when Max catches at the top of the key with no hesitation, generally that's 3 points, Jeff.
So if you had the Railers would score their first 7 points in 48 seconds, then you're a winner. 48 seconds gone in this one, and the Railers already up 7, and it's been all defense. I don't think Rochester's gotten past their free throw line.
They threw one down here on the tip, and they got the tip. Swain got the tip, but they threw it away about as fast as he got the tip. The Railers run down and get it to Bowlby for 2. Gavin Block makes a nice steal. He goes down for a layup for 2, and then we steal it again, and we kick it to Max Cook, who had a great shooting night the last time we played these guys. He finds it at the top of the key for 3, and the Railers going man-to-man pressure right now, not letting Rochester get it inbound, trying to speed up the Rockets a little more.
So Rochester, Fisher, over to Heisinger. They get it into the front court. Ziegler, swinging around the perimeter. Dumps it down to Swain, going against Bowlby. Looks to make a move, puts a shot up, and it partially tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Rochester. So we saw quickly 2 Railers get there.
Well, it looked like 2. Generally, our posts, our big guys underneath try and circle the post and get in front of them. That looked time Bowlby was really content with just playing behind Swain and telling him, hey, you make a move and try and beat me.
Tipped out of bounds by Max. It'll stay again with the Rockets. 6:41 to go in the first quarter. Railers with an early touchdown here as they're up 7-0. Work the ball over to Ziegler. Now to Fisher. Fisher back on top to Neal.
Well, the Railer defense moving. Podbelsic's all over the Rockets right now.
Tipped away. Horsham with the steal. Flips it back in bounds. Max tried to get it, but it goes over to Ziegler. Flip it up. Heisinger no good. Block the rebound for the Railers.
Yeah, good block out and good rebound by Block.
Max underneath on a bullet pass from Gavin. Didn't have an opening. Will does from the right side. His 3 on the way. Up and good.
Yeah, everything clicking right now for the Railers. 10-0 on another good offensive possession. The Railers move the ball so well. Haven't done it all year. And Podbelsic drains another 3.
Josh, that 3 from Pod is his 78th career one, and that ties him for 21st all-time with a couple names out of the past. Brandon Booth and Eric Grau, 78 in their career.
Some good shooters right there. And Podbelsic's really last year was not a good shooting year all year for Pod. Inconsistent with his shot, and this year I thought he's been as consistent as anybody on the Railer team.
First foul on Gavin. They throw it in bounds. On the floor, Railers are going to have alternating possession on the held ball, as it was Block and Ross down there for Rochester.
Yeah, Coach Al Komnick not on the sideline tonight. I'm not sure what happened as their other coaches grabbed a bag of popcorn, and it's kind of leisure time over there for those guys.
Down on the block, Bowlby kicks back out to Horsham. He hasn't joined in the scoring parade. Shoots up an air ball. Gavin tried to save it in bounds, but it hits the end line. And Tyler was the only one who hasn't scored yet, trying to get him off to a good start.
Yeah, he did. Generally don't see Tyler miss that badly. He was pretty well short on that, although Tyler was quite a ways out, as he generally is, shooting the ball. But, again, a good start for the Railers. Good defense, and here's an...
Bowlby almost had a nice steal. Good hustle by the Railers. And, here's another thing. If there's anybody here scouting the Railers, this is going to be kind of scary.
Well, yeah, starting off... Another almost steal by Bowlby, who reads a long skip pass, and the backs are doing a good job of moving.
Neal's going to be called for steps as he caught it and took one too many, so another turnover by Rochester. 5:15 to go here in our first quarter from Lincoln. Railers out to an early 10-0 lead.
Yeah, good start, good shooting, and good defense so far.
Well, you know, this team is right now, I think, ahead of the pace of the defensive record average-wise, and I think they're wanting to make a big dent in keeping that here tonight as Podbelsic fires another three top of the key and hits again.
Yeah, Rochester a long ways from some of our shooters. The guys are moving the ball real well, finding openings. You just can't zone this team. We practice against it all the time, and we got too many good shooters.
Offensive foul called. Well, is it Bowlby or Block? Yep, it's Edward. You pretty much know who it's going to be as Neal went in a little too hard. And an offensive foul is going to be whistled. And, you know, Josh, credit the Rockets. They're trying to be aggressive and do something because they really haven't had any luck tonight setting any kind of offense.
No, they've gotten into Swain one time, and they've got to throw it to him a lot more. But the Railer defense, pressure-wise, is just all over them. They're just unable to move the basketball.
Tried to get it to Podbelsic. Will couldn't hang on to it. Nice defense by Heisinger as he distracted Will, lost it out of bounds. Rochester inbounds to Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher was one that hit several threes last time against the Railers at the Glenwood Classic, but any Rochester Rocket unable to get a good look right now.
Another turnover by Rochester. Swain now out of the contest. Gavin with a no-look pass trying to get it to Bowlby cutting down. That ball tipped away and into the hands of Rochester.
Yeah, tough pass by Gavin. Really not very far between him and Bowlby at all for that kind of pass, and then it was a bullet almost too, so not really Bowlby's fault. Gavin's got to just throw him a little bit better pass.
Another steal by the Railers halfway through the first quarter. Lincoln up 13-0. Max is going to think about it, doesn't take it. Gavin dumps it down to Bowlby. Bowlby with the move, skips it out to Horsham in the corner. His three rattles in and out, no good. Max with the putback, that won't go. Max still fighting for it, and it's going to be touched out of bounds by Ross as he and Max were fighting for the basketball.
Good hustle by Max.
Joey in. He replaces Max Cook.
Coach setting up some of his substitution rotation now. Max coming out a little earlier than normal.
Joey. Out to Tyler. Now to Podbelsic, swinging around the perimeter. Holden. Railers have jumped out to an early 13-0 lead here against Rochester. Podbelsic fires another three. This one a little bit short. Rebound comes down to Heisinger for the Rockets.
Yeah, I think Pod was feeling it. That was a quick one, but looked good from even where he shot it there.
Fisher's lefty three. That's up and good. Took to the 3:17 mark, but the Rockets finally hit the scoreboard here at Roy S. Anderson. Bowlby's going to drive the baseline. Nobody gets in his way, so that'll just lay it up and in.
Well, Ed's been shooting the ball so well. If the Rockets have done any kind of scouting, they're saying, we got to run at this guy. Now he runs, they run at him. He goes right by him, and nice easy layup for Bowlby on the baseline.
And we've got a foul is going to be whistled out high as Heisinger goes down on a trip. Checking in for the Railers is Cruz. Checking out will be Bowlby. 2:52 to go in the first, Josh. Railers up 15-3. I think this is the definition of a good start.
Well, good effort. You know, generally with games like this where you're probably favored or supposed to win, you sometimes come out sluggish, not ready to go. Coach Al's got them ready to go from the tip tonight.
Gavin whistled for his second foul as Gavin couldn't get around and came down a little bit too hard. Bowlby will replace Gavin. Free throw is up and good from Fisher. Fisher, the 6-foot sophomore. Second one, that one's off back of the rim, no good. 15-4, Railers will come down, this time up 11. Joey over to Horsham. Bowlby on the baseline again, just kind of floating around down there. Now they get it to Ed. Down to a cutting Cruz, and it's tipped away, but goes into the hands of Podbelsic. Skips it across to Olden. Horsham back to Joey. Into Austin. Austin turns from 12 and good.
Yeah, great ball movement by the Railers. And Austin right in the middle generally gets the ball and usually a passer for the most part, but he's shown this year that he's got a nice little jump shot from anywhere between about 5 and 8 feet.
17-4. Down the lane. No steps called. Ball will trickle in for Dan Ziegler. 17-6. 2 minutes left in our first quarter. Railers looking for win number 22 on the season.
Yeah, and if Rochester tries to zone this Railer team all night and we're hitting threes, it's just really tough to, with the ball movement that they have, 5 guys on the court that can score at all times. They know where everybody's going to be, and here's Pod with another one from deep, but Cruz crashes the boards, but it's just so hard to zone this team, especially if we're knocking down threes.
Down the other end, Ziegler's shot is rejected away, but a foul is going to be whistled on, I think they got that one on Bowlby. Looked like it might have been a little bit of a block, but Bowlby picks up the foul. That'll be the first on Ed.
Yeah, looked pretty clean by Bowlby. Just his first. Generally, he's in foul trouble about this point in the game, so just one on Bowlby. And here comes Max checking in for Horsham.
Ziegler spins one out, the 6'3" freshman. So on the floor for the Railers, you've got Cruz, Podbelsic, Bowlby, Cook, and Olden. Second one on the way. This one spins in and then back out. Yeah. Rebound down to Cruz.
Nice box out by Cruz.
Under a minute and a half to go in the first. Railers on top by 11, 17-6. Pod leading the way with 6 here so far. Bowlby with a nice head fake, kicked it back out to Joey. Joey couldn't catch it and stay in bounds. Steps on the sideline, so it's going to be a turnover, sending it back to Rochester.
Yeah, Ed getting the ball on the baseline, and you almost like to see him just take it up. You know, go up on some guys inside, shot fake, find a way to get that ball up on the rim. He's too close to the basket to not shoot it.
Ziegler over to Neal, watched by Cook and Olden. Now, how'd you like to be on the side of the zone with Olden and Will?
Yeah, and really Rochester's not even looking at Swain. That was a point of emphasis for them the last time to get it into Swain. Their big man, 6'7" junior, and they haven't done it at all.
Ball tipped away. Max thought he had a steal, but then was taken right back by Rochester, and that's going to be, they're going to call a block on Ed. Looked like it might have been, it looked like Ed had good position there, but Ed picks up his second. And Josh, you talked about Ed getting in foul trouble. 41 seconds to go here in the first, and Bowlby and Olden will head to the bench. Tyler Horsham back in, and Adam Conrad in for the first time for the Railers.
Yeah, another body that the Railers can throw in. 6'5" and a sophomore, so Adam getting some good varsity minutes here with the foul trouble for Gavin and also Ed Bowlby.
Nice pass inside. Ross throws one off the glass up and good for the Rockets. 17-8. Rochester, after the Railers got out to that quick 13-0 lead, it's Rochester's kind of started playing themselves back into this one.
Well, when they haven't turned the ball over, they've gotten decent looks. They've got 8 turnovers already in the first quarter, and you turn it over that many times, obviously you're not getting a shot off.
Down to 10 seconds. Horsham over to Pod, back over to Tyler. Tyler will hand to Max with 6. Down to 5. Max makes a move down the left side to Conradi. His jumper from the baseline is blocked. Conradi gets it back out. Will fires it up on the way. Will not go down. Our score at the end of one, it is Lincoln 17, Rochester 8. Back with the second quarter in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.